Peace to you and yours wherever you may be. I love you. I continually for free. I just want to comment really quick on this Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury fight. First off, congratulations to Tyson Fury for winning the fight. I want to say that Deontay Wilder, in my opinion, lost the fight before he ever stepped in the ring. And the reason is, I believe that Deontay Wilder made the mistake of comparing himself to the Most High God. He said that his hand is like the hand of God, and when he touches people, yada yada yada, and that is totally incorrect. Deontay Wilder cannot tell you how many heartbeats he has had, he has enjoyed. He can't tell you how many he has left. He can't tell you how many breaths he has taken. He can't tell you how many breaths he has left. When his stomach hurts, he can't tell you why it's hurting. He can't prevent it from hurting. We make this mistake as human beings very often of becoming so arrogant that we want to refer to ourselves as gods and so on and so forth. When really, in fact, we know wholeheartedly that we are nowhere near a god of anything. We're not even a god over ourselves and over our faculties. You know what I mean? Over our emotions. Which brings me to the next part. Deontay Wilder was so wound up. You know what I mean? He was so wound up. You could see it in his face. He was fighting his emotions, and that takes a lot of energy out of him. And so, first round, he was doing a good job. He was exercising his game plan, going hard to the body, backing up, going hard to the body, backing up. Second round, he was on it, but you could see him fading. By the third round, he was gassed, And he wasn't gassed because he was out of shape. I don't believe Malik Scott would send him in there without, the proper gas tank. I believe he did his cardio and everything, his road work, whatnot. But he was doomed from the very beginning. I really believe that Wilder has everything that he needs to beat Tyson Fury. But the big difference between those two fighters is that is basically it comes down to experience. It's not talent. Tyson Fury is just such a well-rounded fighter, and to the uneducated eye, a lot of the stuff that Tyson Fury was doing seemed like just straight boxing, but he was doing a lot of dirty stuff, and Wilder was repaying him for some of that. He would give a punch behind the head. Wilder would repay him right back for a punch behind the head. But he was also throwing kidney shots whenever he got the chance. He's very slick with it. He's very slick with the forearms and with the elbows. Throwing a hook, a right hook especially. But either way, because he's good on both sides, so he can throw a hook or an overhand, and then he can graze the forearm and punctuate with the elbow and do it very slick on the opposite side from where the ref is. And that's why after the fight, the ref was still talking to him about fighting dirty. He had won the fight. The ref was talking to him about dirty fighting. You know what I mean? And he said, well, I kept it as clean as I could. No, man. No. But I don't really fault him for that, because a lot of people do that. You know what I mean? A lot of people can not a lot of people can do it at his level, but there are people that do it at his level. So it is what it is. In my opinion, really, if you go off of numbers, he won all three fights. I'm just keeping it real. If Deontay Wilder didn't have those knockdowns in the first fight, that wouldn't have been a draw. But the second fight, he was just so far in his head, it just almost didn't matter. He was defeated going in. This third fight, he did everything he could, mentally and emotionally to not allow Tyson Fury to get in his head. But you can see, if you go back and you watch that fight, watch when Tyson Fury was walking in and they panned over to Deontay Wilder, to the look that's on his face. He looked scared. You know, he did. He looked scared. Not so much, I'm not going to say he's scared of the man, but he's scared of what he's about to walk into. You know what I mean? He's worried about what's about to happen. The pressure is too heavy on him. And Tyson Fury read him right when he told him, he said, you know, the difference between you and me is you have to play a character. He says, I just come as I am, you know. And I don't know how true that is. I don't know whether or not Tyson Fury is playing a character, but I know that that is what Deontay Wilder is doing. You know, if he had been boxing since he was 5 years old, 4 years old, I really believe it would have been a different outcome. You know, but he has such a great talent in the right hand. If he didn't have that talent in the right hand, he wouldn't have been able to achieve everything that he achieved. And that's, again, no fault of his. The good Lord bless you with it, brother. And big ups to you for that. And all praises due to the good Lord for blessing you with that. But, you know, my suggestion to you is whatever you do, however you go forward, you know, remain humble, brother. You know, remain humble. You know, don't compare yourself in any way, shape, or form to the Creator, because you're just not, brother. No matter what it is that you have, or you think you have, it's gonna fail you. At some point in time, it failed you last night, and you know, it is what it is. But I still think you're a great fighter. I think what Deontay Wilder did last night was amazing, in the sense that you know, he was dangerous all the way through that fight. He really was, especially to be as exhausted, you know, as he was. He was dangerous, and he rocked him. He rocked Fury probably about at least four times, other than the knockouts. But he just couldn't drop him on those, and he can't stop himself from headhunting. You know, if he would throw to the liver as hard as he throws to the head, especially when he has a hurt fighter, you know, if he can knock people out the way he knocks people out, man, he probably would be hospitalizing people because of liver damage. You know, so maybe that's a good thing. But anyway, I love y'all for free, continually, and I'm out.